The Limpopo Economic Development Department has urged liquor outlet owners to comply with the province's Liquor Act. The department has recently extended the expiration of current national liquor licenses to the 31st of December. The extension comes despite over 50% of liquor licenses having already submitted applications to convert their historical licenses. For more on this, I'm joined by Zaid Kalla, spokesperson at the Department of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism in Limpopo. Zaid, a very good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for your time. I'm sure your liquor outlet operators will be very grateful to you for, allowing them to make money during this bumper season. This is when people spend a lot of their money on alcohol, isn't it?
Yeah, no, true. This is the festive season, and Limpopo province is basically the busiest province in the country around this time and also Easter time. But also as a department, we would like to make sure and see that our license holders have converted to Limpopo Liquor Act number 5 of 2009. That supersedes Liquor Act 27 of 1989. It's important for them to do so before the deadline of the 31st of December 2024 this year. Failure to convert to Limpopo Liquor Act 5 of 2009, they will not be able to renew their licenses for 2025 financial year or 2025. Therefore, their current licenses will lapse, will be cancelled, will cease to exist. So hence, it is important to remind them that we have given them since last year, beginning of August, up until the 31st of December this year. It's well over 15 months. So we have by now expected that all of them have converted. And we have found out that there are some of them who have waited until the last minute to do so. Those who fail to convert will not be able to renew their license, therefore will not be able to operate with effect from the 1st of January 2025. Therefore, we plead and we urge all our liquor license holders within Limpopo province to convert to Limpopo Liquor Act 5 of 2009 and renew. Renewal period ends on the 31st of March 2025, but converting ends on the 31st of December this year.
But why did you do that, though? Was it an incentive, like a sort of a carrot and stick approach, or did you bow to pressure?
No, there is no incentive whatsoever. You will remember that we have implemented Limpopo Liquor Act 5 of 2009 last year, August, the 1st of August. And yes, there was an uproar across Limpopo province because there was complaints on issues related to regulations, closure time and the fees whatsoever. So, and we were even taken to court for that matter, but the court found no wrongdoing on behalf of the department. So the Limpopo Liquor Act number 5 of 2009 has been implemented since then. But it was important that the license holders, because they were still on the previous or historical act, needed to convert. Hence, we gave them the time frame up until the 31st of December this year. It actually ended on the 31st of July, but the Limpopo Economic Development, Environment and Tourism, MEC, gave them a 5-month extension to the 31st of December. So we would like them not to miss that. It's got nothing to do with incentives or whatsoever. It is for the good of their businesses. It is for their businesses to continue operating. It is for them to be able to continue putting food on the table. And as the Department of Economic Development, we will hate a situation where we have to be going around raiding such businesses, closing them down on the basis of non-compliance. These are our people. These are our business people within the province. We want to work with them. Hence, even now, we are urging them to say, we are here, we are still willing to assist. We will make sure that if they show up before the 31st of December, we do convert their licenses so that they can continue operating beyond the 31st of December. There is no catch in it. There is no any different law but however, it's also important that they keep in mind that failure to do so, as I've mentioned, will render their current license void, cancelled. And that means they need to then reapply like every other person who is applying for the first time for a liquor license. And when they do that, they're going to have to do that in line with the regulations, the requirements of the current Limpopo Liquor Act 5 of 2009. In short, if you were having a liquor restaurant or a tavern, as you will call it, next to a school, next to a church, next to a government building, and you fail to convert to make sure that it continues to be where it is and to exist, because when you applied, at the time you applied, it was allowed for that particular business to be situated there. Failure to do so, come the 1st of January, and you want to come and renew, you can't renew because you missed the time to convert, you have to reapply. Now you're going to do so in line with the regulations, the laws, the guidelines of the current Liquor Act that says that your business must be placed at a certain distance apart from a government building, a school building, or a church. That means you now have to move your business from where it is. You now have to advertise the fact that you are going to open such a business within that particular community. So those are the requirements and the challenges that you might meet should you fail to convert within the time given or the period given. But we also understand that in line with the number of previous licenses that were falling under the Act number 27 of 1989. And when we were accounting for them, I think we had about 13,000 license holders. And now when we look at the numbers of those who have come and converted, it's about 8,500 of them. So should that continue to be that way, it means those are the only businesses that will continue to operate within the borders of the province.
Of course, I mean, proximity to schools and churches isn't the only big argument or reason for the changes in the new licensing rules. There are reasons for saying liquor outlets must now close at midnight instead of 2 p.m. I mean, 2 a.m. rather.
Look, yes.
Very briefly, I'm just underscoring the importance of that, just as you felt the need to highlight proximity to schools and churches.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're not going to shy away from it. It was one of the reasons we were taken to court anyway. But you will understand that Limpopo a month ago called all the stakeholders within the liquor industry to still come and discuss this particular regulations, even though we have won the matter in court. And we gave them a listening ear. And we have since gazetted that they must send their submissions on the regulations. So the date is now closed. We are now waiting for MEC Matibe to make a decision on that particular issue with regards to time, whether it remains where it is, whether it changes, whether it goes back to 2 o'clock. So there is hope, and we are a government that cares and a government that listens to the people. And if they speak in the majority and they favor a certain time frame, we are hopeful that the outcome of that will favor them.
That's why we're going to leave with Zaid Kalla, Department of Economic Development, Environment and Tourism in Limpopo.